Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Flip, not Keep That Gaming, where I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode... I do not remember what I did. It was a session from like 2 days ago or something, but I just don't remember. What I do know is that we're just going to continue with the MSQ in this episode, and then we'll see how far we can get. Really. I do intend, if you're wondering like when I'm going to be doing side quest stuff, I actually intend to do the MSQ until we finish A Realm Reborn. Why? Because at that point I can fly around, and that's going to make doing side quests a lot easier. Let us begin. I've not been awake for too long, so excuse me for any fuck-ups when it comes to reading. Hello. Oh. Some nice pants. Our dear Farrelyn, rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, have an idea of where you might try at next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in the middle of Nusk? If you have ever visited Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to wall up cargo up the cliff face. Art labor that, and I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the jobs with no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Workit, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Sure, bruv. I'm gonna zoom out again. Wanted to zoom in a little bit for the beginning of the episode. I'm still not used to this new mouse that I'm using, and also the fact that I'm using a keyboard. So this is gonna be weird. I can guarantee you the first dungeon is going to be interesting. Or maybe not, it could also just go decently enough, I suppose. Who knows? I sure as hell don't. And I'm not gonna think about it either. Because that's pointless, and also stressing out about dungeons is, well... I can understand why you would do it, I did it the first time too. But... it is kind of unnecessary though, especially when you're doing certain things for the first time. I'm of course not doing things for the first time, so I don't have that... yeah, no. I'll be fine. It's as simple as that. I know that if you are interested in playing the game and you want to play, like you are playing the game and you're having stress when it comes to dealing with dungeons, there's always salty people. There's always people who are very patient, and that's all I can say about it, really. Don't let the haters get you down. I guess I could say that. Well, it is true though. Even though I will definitely agree with, like, I think a couple of days ago I was doing. Yeah, like 2 days ago I was doing an alliance raid, which is a thing for later on in the game, we'll see it. And I also tank, of course, because I tank most of the time. I was also leveling up another tank job. Now, when you're dealing with multiple tanks, because the alliance raid has 3 tanks, I think, then it's not always a good idea to have aggro on, basically, to put on your aggro or like your tank stance. If all 3 tanks put on their tank stance and they all jump at the boss is gonna get turned around a lot, and he's going to swipe or murder the entire party, or any other situation where enemies with just AoEs that the game doesn't really show you, which is a thing. If you have multiple tanks and they start pointing in different directions, then you don't really know where to go to be safe. And then people just start dying a lot, and yeah. One of the DPSs in any case gave me the entire part of like, hey, maybe you should turn on your tank stand, then the healers wouldn't die as much. I'm like, okay, sure, but maybe the healers shouldn't stand in front of the enemies. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. But whatever. It's situations like that which can give you... how should I say it? Which can demotivate you or make you very annoyed or stressed out or whatever, but just, it doesn't matter, man. Just play the game. Pattern send you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, Lilia. One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to go through, though. So this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least, if the gods were kind, and they ain't. I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle my growing list of headaches. Give me that pants. Gimme that pants. I'm going to equip that pants. There we go. Better pants. Hey, now I actually have an outfit that makes at least a little bit more sense to me. Nice. The turban needs to be a different color though, but whatever. So this is the leather jacket that I'm wearing, I think. Yeah, it's the identical thing. So I'll just go and get the money when I'm done with this. Right. Glad I am to see you again, lass. A wagon and a driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity sprang out from a million corn ceiling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road and recover that ceiling and deliver it to Lyulf over at Swiftperch in Western Lonosk. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant. And you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an asteroid in Swiftperch, so the journey should be worth your while. The game is once again giving me the tutorial about interacting, although it has done that before. That's interesting. So we've already taken care of the megalo crabs. What else do I need to take care of, actually? Fireflies, fat dodos. They're fat and slow. Lower Lonosk, Western Lonosk, Western. I say Lonosk. I'm pretty dang sure it's Lonosh or something, but I say Lonosk. Please, do not kill me. Do not, it's not gonna change a thing. I'm gonna continuously call it Lonosk because that is what I'm used to. It's what has been going in my head constantly. Even though I'm 100% sure it's pronounced Lanosha or something, but yeah. So be it. I'm not changing it now. I've also figured out why I have issues hitting every now and then. Which I will go and change, which I just remembered. So, character configuration. Target. Automatically face target when using an action. If you do not have this, and if you don't face the enemies, you will not hit them. You will not attack. Or you will not hit, I don't know, but you need to, in any case, look at the enemies. It's as simple as that. You don't have a bloody choice. Another thing that I do want to go and actually explain to you guys is when you are dealing with the enemies and you want to walk away, if you walk backwards, you walk really slowly. So the thing you kind of need to do is turn your camera and start strafing. Either that or just totally turn around and start running. But I think strafing is a little bit of a better idea. So just a handy little tip, I would say, because I've seen a lot of people try to dodge attacks like this and they just get hit. Me included in the beginning, of course. I used to have a lot of issues, I just used to have a lot of issues with everything in this game. Locking onto enemies, or just clicking on enemies, turning around, moving in general, because this is actually one of the first games that one of the first 3D games in which I actually, do something that I don't remember. No, in which I actually use a keyboard to move around. So WASD or something of the sort. Right, so there's an... Oh yeah, right, I know where this is now. Also some dude on a bike. Not just any bike though, that is the Cloud bike from Final Fantasy VII. Which I still don't know how you get actually. I thought it was a paid thing. But I'm not 100% sure anymore. Meh, whatever. Hello, Chuck Bucky. There we go. They have the bike, but they also... Wait a second. Something doesn't make sense to me. Dude has a bike, can use a mount, but has never checked out this asteroid. Well, whatever. Snibia, are you a dude? I think you're a dude. Has Nimia herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood the risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected the seedlings to be delivered before disaster struck. Get a load of this. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astounding. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swift Perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus, I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madam, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Sure, give me your money. Right, let me go and take a look at something. There we go. Needed to answer a text. Alright, let's see. That thing is trash because not my beret. This isn't a freaking beret. My hat. Alright. You there, adventurer! Cast your eyes towards the brewer's beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship's sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty bound to remain at my post. If you would consider it a favor, if you could make a visit... I would consider it a favor, sorry. If you could make a visit to the brewer's beacon and see if aught has befallen Canswin, the lighthouse keeper. You! You, buddy! I hate your face. Yeah. Well, I will say, from all of the steps that I had to undertake to get the stupid relic weapons, that dude was not the worst one. So I guess I shouldn't be that salty towards him. Wait, wasn't there... Didn't I need to fight some dodos? That's a big old freaking dodo over there. That's a fate, right? Yeah. What level is this fate? Level 12. Gluttonous Gertrude. Let's fucking go. Hello, buddy. I'm going to use Rampart to lower that damage for a little bit. Since I don't have any way. Well, I do have a way to heal myself if I were to drink my potions. Which I might want to put in my hotbar, now I'm thinking about it. Man, I hate this monitor. I totally forgot how horrendous this monitor was. Once again, I cannot see the difference between orange and yellow and white. I can barely read what is on the screen, like the fate explanation. I can only barely read that. Song is freaking baller though. I love it. Although I've heard it so many times to this point that I gotta say I still love it, but my god, I don't want to hear it anymore. I just don't want to do fates anymore, even though I'm doing them, but yeah. At these early levels, fates are pretty dang good for leveling up. It's pretty dang simple. Once you unlock dungeons, the dungeons are the best way to level up. Although you do have to deal with other people at that point. And if you're a tank or a healer, you get to deal with the responsibility. Basically. As a tank you lead, as a healer you keep everybody alive. Both of those can be quite stressful for, I would say, a lot of people. Including me in the beginning, so... I'm going to kill these fat dodos. I do love these dodos though. Goofy. Maybe I should go and invest on I should invest in a lot of things now that I'm thinking about it. I should invest in a new monitor. I should invest in a new power supply. I should invest in a new motherboard. I should invest in a new processor. And I should invest in a new SSD. Or in an actual SSD. There we go, people. That's all the stuff I need to invest in to make this desktop a lot better. Well, at least my desktop can play this game, at least. So. It can also, it can play stuff like Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey and all that jazz. Which is, I would say, not an easy game to run, so... Not sure about Elden Ring. I downloaded Elden Ring, but should I? Yeah, fuck it. I've downloaded Elden Ring on this desktop. I've been playing it on my laptop mainly. Yeah, I don't know. Oh boy, jeez. I might die to this though, because I'm not doing a lot of damage and I'm taking a lot more damage. And now we have a bird that decides to attack me. Cool, that's more time wasted, which means more damage taken. I really need my third move, but I don't know when I learned that one. I think at level 15 or 16 I learned the range attack, which is pretty dang useful for, you know, dungeons. And just in general useful, I would say. Luring an enemy away from a group is always good. My apologies if you were expecting anything else but this. Well, this is kind of the game, though, to be honest. At some point, I'm not gonna have to do this anymore, then I'll just start doing dungeons like mad. So you're gonna see me do a lot of dungeons, probably. But that's not bad. You can see a lot of different and interesting stuff happening in dungeons, I would say. In dungeons and raids and all jazz is the stuff where most of the interesting stuff happens. Because you're also having to deal with other players, so. It can also just be boring, really. Future me can decide whether or not to leave certain things in or out. This is in any case not going to be an action-packed playthrough where everything is going to go really fast or whatever. I'm just going to go through the game at my own pace. At a slower pace even than before. Right, class quest rewards, I know. Why are you giving me these freaking... I'm wondering why this game is giving me these tips. Provoke is a pretty useful skill. It puts you at the top of the aggro list. Guaranteed, so... Hello. Yes, a yellow jacket sent you here. Hey. Hey? Me light's growing dim, has it? Well, of course, you bloody ass. The bomb that fuels me furnace is up and buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just a messenger, lass, but I can tell a venturer when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw from what you ripped from its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set her down in the middle of the flock somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't cinch your eyebrows, lass. Why is this game giving me all of these tutorials? I don't need the tutorials. Or is that a setting that I should change? Because I really don't need these tutorials. Character configuration, general, direct chat, skip playback of previously viewed cutscenes, transportation and scenario cutscenes. Camera controls, look at target when speaking. You know, it's really funny. I totally forgot what I was even looking for. Well, yeah, I was looking for the tutorial stuff. Notifications, sounds, nah, fuck it. Whatever. They'll go away eventually. Alright, whoopsie. The iron brazier. Touch it. And now we have the torchlight. The torch licked. There we go. And then I have severed one of his arms. Good old Hall of the Novice. Which is another thing I'll probably go and do. Why? Because gear. Just because of the gear. There's 3 birds after me now. That's a little bit annoying. Totally forgot what it feels like to be on the level of the area that you're in. Which equals enemies fighting you. Ba, 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 ba. Except if you're grinding for materials, fighting normal enemies on the on the battlefield, yeah. Well, I guess that's not wrong. On the field is not particularly the best thing to do, I would say. It's more of a waste of time than anything else. Hello. All you need to do is take a runaway bomb. I know, I have this. Ah, you got that ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you was gone, and Limlian cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no smithy. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swift Perch, and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. And back we go. Time to run back. Wee. I'm just gonna ignore these birds. I'ma run. Run away, little girl, run away. It helps that I am playing a small girl. A small human being of the female variety. Yikes. Alright. Fewen Boolean, wow. Hello, Freelove. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorers Guild in Limsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Hanadza. Sure, but I think I'm gonna teleport right now. Don't have a lot of guild, but I don't really give a crap. At this point, I kind of need to... Well, I was far enough away, let me say it like that. And now we gotta wait for the game to load. Load me. Alright. Now, I think I need to go over to the Culinarians Guild. Is that where the... No, it's the Aft Castle, right? The Armor and Blacksmithing Guild don't have an Aetheryte. Or an Aetheryte Shard. This is the Maelstrom command. Wow, I'm actually quite surprised that I managed to say that. I didn't even remember the name, but it is apparently called the Maelstrom command. Right. So, you want to be a blacksmith? Mayhaps later on, but not right now. The furnace is in the brewer's peak and needs repair. Fire God Spear, I just sent someone out to tinker with it up not a week past. Mayhap the bomb Kanswin had trapped in there was a touch too violent. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. Let's see. Some more jackboots. What say you to taking on some work for Naldic and Vimilis? We have a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for a number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Akbirm, or Atbirm, whatever. The head shipwright at the Morby dry docks. We forged most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Nosk. That's also where you'll find the main office of Naldic and Vimiles. The Morby dry docks is one of Limsa most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's Aetheryte. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of the Chocobo porters, first floor in the mizzenmast, in case you're wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. Well, I already have this, so I'm just gonna teleport. It's a lot of gil, but whatever, I'm not in the mood for walking. Bum, bum, bum. Da, da, dum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I know all of the songs in this game, it's insane. I've heard everything so much. Alrighty. Hello. You have a missive for me from Forge Master Achnanza. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and botheration, another delay. I'm well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Lyn, is it? Well, Lyn, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the ffXIV, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The ffXIV is more than a simple warship, it is a symbol of Lim's Elementis' rebirth, from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the Thalassocracy. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Give me that pants. Or them boots, actually. And that ain't no pants, that's boots. Insert Fire Emblem boots. Right. And thus... do I get my full orange set? Oh yeah. Wow. Right. And now we're gonna get hempen bracers. With the Dalamut red. Oh, and there's 7 else is that man. Not once in 12 moons has it been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Farrell Smith, recently left Candlekeep Key to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Lim's Elementa and has yet to return. I've sent several missives to Halbroda, but the supplies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Key in my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Okay. Candlekeep Key. It's kind of weird that you pronounce that word as key. I think in any case it's key. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. I think you can say it both ways. People will understand what you mean when you say quay. But it is probably pronounced key, which is weird and stupid. But whatever. It's not like I made the English language. And it's not like I can change anything about the English language. So, yeah. Megalo crab. Still love that. Hey, I remember this fate. Just like I remember all of the fates. Yes, that is not a joke. I remember most of the fates. I couldn't recall them by name, but when I see him, I know him probably. Hello. Huh? There's that self-righteous dog Adberm. I doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth. / doubt. Eat the finger. A turtle like Highland. He cannot do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator's rest her soul, I know not of the feral smith, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the quay, wow, have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Lamentin cargo ship off of the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Right, give me them hempen bracers. Ba, 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 ba. Throw that in me armory chest. Now let's go and equip them. Right. Now, the way I see it, if you have the time to be studying or questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arts of yours down to the salt strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this feral smith everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. Towards the sea. Am I going to deal with weird land octopus enemies like in Elden Ring? Man, they were creepy, but they're cool. I really like... One of the things that I really like is monster design, and in a lot of the Dark Souls games, or like the From Software games, the monster design is always so good, and yeah, it's amazing. Oh, I'm Feral Smith. You say the foreman's wondering on my whereabouts. I thought you might be, but you must know, I cannot show me face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay. Just as the foreman asked, the seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliff, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway, twixt shore and ship, and the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yalms, and 'twas long before the waves had hold of us. Try as we might steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Minzen galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I've made what the hell? Every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with Kikirin, and I ain't the one with a sword, and now you see why I cannot return to the dry docks. And thus you ask me to get them. 'Cause you're a lazy bum. Well, nah, he's just a scaredy cat. Kikirin! Kill them all! By spamming AoEs. Yes, all I will do is press E! Because E is my AoE button. Has always been. Always has been. Probably will never change. Alright. Are you kidding me? After all of that, you want me to kill yet another one? Kikirin are funny there. Some tangled rigging. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, a-bap-a-dap-a-doo. Give me a drink, a-dap-a-dap-a-doo. And hit you with my axe, bap-a-dap-a-doo. And kill your face, bap-a-dap-a-dee. I was about to say, like, that guy's probably gonna notice me. And he did. He dang diddly did. There we go. That should be good for the hunting log. Yep. Nice. Get over here. That was that is what I like to call a delay. Dude did not know where to go. In a certain way, it does look kind of weird seeing this character saying such a frail maiden on the battlefield. Well, especially because of the axe and the way that she holds the knowledge assets is kind of... It's interesting. Not used to seeing it in any case. It also doesn't help that I've, have my own personal character, which is a male Mikode, and things just look different. I keep on forgetting that this attack has a cone and not a line in front of me. So I sometimes grab aggro of some enemies by accident. Ba -ba -ba -ba. Really? Is that all that I need to kill? No, one more. One more! I should also go and do my job quest. At some point. Let me go and take a look at something, actually. Yes. I think from that job quest I'm gonna get Tomahawk, which is the AoE. I'm sorry, the ranged attack. And then Storm's Path, which is level 26. That's the one that I really want. Storm's Path is really good. It's basically the third combo to this, and it will also heal you. So, yeah. That's pretty good. Where am I actually going right now? I'm going back to the Strand, baby! Yeah. That right there was a mistake. Oh well. Sometimes shit just happens. I'm just really used to having to go back to certain places. Right. I like how I just collected these bits and then ran away. Just being like, oh yeah, I'll collect those parts for you. Just run away, go to the dry docks, get the money and get out. Leaving this guy in the dust. Oh boy, half-naked man on a beach. Hello. That night I was tossed. I know. Yeah, just take this. Missing part. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Adbirm that I'll be back at the dry docks by daybreak? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. Right. So I'm thinking about doing the job quest right now. I feel like I'm getting a decent amount of money from these quests to the point that I can actually teleport around a little bit. I feel like usually you don't really have to spend money to buy gear. Like I said, usually in any case. There's a lot of opportunities where you don't really need that. That's somebody opening loot boxes. Just kind of loot box-ish things. They're from grant companies, I think. It's a thing for later on. But you need to be a high rank, so... Also, hello. We kind of look alike! Well, kind of. She has a different type of face. Hello, Wormsin. These fist nuts. Why? My god. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Right. Hello. I see you've been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in the words. It shows in your bearing and your unwavering grace. Or gaze. Sorry. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lonosk. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How to find this beast? Well, I'm fortunate enough to count among my acquaintances a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Rainfred. He took a precedence in Aleport some years ago, and will gladly aid you in this task. With Rainfred's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provide it swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. Okay, let's go to Swift Perch and then make my way to Aleport. Stretch for a bit. I've been working yesterday and I'm pretty egg sore. Ugh. I'm pretty freaking sore. Oh well. I actually don't mind it too much being a little bit sore. It gives me the idea, like it actually gives me confirmation like, yeah, you did a good job, you worked. Let's see. I could sell these for money also. Totally forgot about that. That's already 800 gil right here. Shop selling price, 223. And when you want to sell it to a shop, 4 gil. It's so stupid. I hate it. I really hate the fact that you get like no money for selling materials normally. However, it does warrant, I suppose, the entire part where you have the marketplace, so you can sell them to other players instead of deleting them, basically. Keeping the economy going and all that GS. Oh, hello. Thou art an enemy that I need to kill. And thus I shall oblige. Yeah. And then another one spawned. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. There we go. Man, I'm doing like no damage. Why is my gear so shitty at level 16? It also really like perplexes me about Elden Ring, just because I've been playing that game a lot. Jumping. Jumping is a thing in that game. Well, it actually makes a lot of things more confusing, because now I have to press the Y button to grab items instead of pressing the A button to grab items, or just interact with things. So most of the time when I'm in front of a door, I jump. I either jump, and well yeah, just I jump. When I want to grab items, I also jump. Hello. Chocobo keep. I've not been using these too much, but I might at some point. I'm not sure. Here we go and attune to the Aetheryte. Oh. How did I feel? The armor that I'm gonna get for this quest actually really fits the color scheme of my horns. So that's gonna be nice. It's also gonna make the turban look better, I think, maybe. But I can still change the color of the turban if I want to. One of Warren's is girls, are you? Why? I've known that sprat since he was knee-high to it. Well, he was always kind of a big fella. What's Warren's doing? And now they call him Axemaster, eh? Not a settled lot, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need to do then is take yourself northwest up towards Camp Skull Valley and give a good whistle. The main burger you're after is named Potripitan, by the way. Will come running across the weeded plains. You'll think you're trespassing on his territory, see? So you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Ochon's blessing be upon you. Right. Murder, murder. Let us sprint yet again. Enjoy the ambience of night. And of my PC doing its job in the background. Well, kind of. It's not that loud. It used to be a lot louder. But I do remember changing the fan in this thing. And it did a lot. Also, another enemy for my hunting log. You must die. These are interesting looking enemies. They're lizard-like things which have basically an axe on their face. And they also use it as a weapon. They in any case look quite gnarly. Not as gnarly as the big old freaking bears in Elden Ring. I should stop talking about Elden Ring. But I can't. The game is too good. The game has me in its thrall. As it should, really. It deserves it. You know, just to have like one final thing that I want to talk about when it comes to Elden Ring. Which might be a spoiler, a little bit. Well, I think, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. There has been a chest at some point which transported me into a dungeon and I couldn't leave. It was a pretty high level dungeon and I couldn't leave. So I think I'm definitely not the only one who ran into that. But my god, that was really cool though. I really like that. However, the enemies in there are really annoying. But I did have a decently leveled up weapon. So yeah. I was fine. There's also even more hunting log. My god, man, they're bloody everywhere. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba. Alright, dusk bats. It would seem that I am doing hunting log stuff today a lot. I thought I was doing MSQ, but The game thought differently. Let me go and back off for a bit so that the other mantis dude doesn't attack me. There we go. As I level up again. Blah 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 blah. Right, let me go and deal with this, and then we're gonna go over that way because I remember there being more enemies. Wait, what? I still haven't killed enough of you guys? I killed 3, but I probably need to kill 4. Now that I'm thinking about it. Hammerbeak. There we go. Destination! Ah, hello. You're a coral. Or a coral. I think I say coral, usually. At least I don't use, you know, blasphemy. They paralyze me, but they don't one-shot me like in Final Fantasy IV. That was a really... Like, Final Fantasy IV is filled with so much bullshit. I cannot call it anything else, but just straight up bullshit. So many things that just out of nowhere killed you. There's also a camp up there with goblins. Goblin. Let me go and take a look actually. Do I need to fight goblins? No. No, I don't. Now these fireflies. Okay, yeah. They're over here. I do seem to remember that. Maybe I should take a look to see if there's anything else in Lower Nosk that I should fight. Son of a bitch. Wanted to avoid that dude, but he was like, nah, I see you, buddy. Yet another desk bat. Forgot that I needed to fight yet another one. Level 19. That might pose to be an issue. Well, nah. I'm fine. I'm a tank, I'm fine. I don't do jack shit from damage, but... The founder script. I remember this area, but I don't remember it being like this. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Meanwhile, there's people just standing here, praying while I'm murdering some fireflies. Dang it, I missed. That is the issue with higher level enemies. It's just like Xenoblade Chronicles. If the enemies are higher level than you, and you don't have amazing gear on, like I do, yeah, then you're probably gonna miss a couple of times. Unless if you use Berserk, because Berserk gives you a guaranteed crit and a direct hit. Yes, there's a difference between normal hits and a direct hit. Direct hit does more damage. It's kind of like a semi-crit. And then you also have, you know, crits, which is critical damage. I think, let me see, every swing did 30. Maim missed. I don't know what the chances are, though, of direct hits. I also don't know how much actual damage a direct hit does. Whatever. I'm not here to do math. I'm here to kill. Right, I wanted to see if there's any more buggers in Lower Nosk. Western and an upper, and the Oakwood, really? Okay. Right. Let's go back over to Limsa Laminza. Limser Laminzer. As I am steadily running out of money. Because I'm teleporting. And teleporting is expensive. At least in the early game. Later on, not so much. Let me go over to the shops over here for a moment so I can go and sell these gold pieces that I have. Or bronze pieces. Hello. So. And that gives me another 800 and some more gil. Right, back to the Marauders Guild. Right. Marauder skill. Hello. I've been in contact with Rainfred, and he had naught but praise for you, Lynn. Your representation of the guild has been exemplary. There's one other task I would have you complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to ffXIV, where he waits on the bank of the Angelus River, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. And thus we need to go somewhere else again. It's almost as if I'm playing an MMORPG, where you're running around a lot. Especially in the early game, where you don't have a mount, and you cannot fly. And even if you have a mount, you're still gonna be... Well, actually, the thing is, after a while, you just have enough money to be able to teleport around. And then you can also fly with a mount, so... But you first gotta beat the story of the base game before you can fly. Which is fine, really. It's fine, okay? Now we get to enjoy some more ambience. As we slowly, very slowly run towards our objective. And I just remembered what I need to do for this objective. I do remember what needs to happen for this. And there goes the ambience. Now it's Lunosc music. I'm gonna piss so many people off with saying Lunosc instead of Lunosc. But I think it sounds better, so suck it. It's probably not gonna change. Right. Well, yep. Hello. Oh, lass, I know why you're here, and after seeing this big old boulder right wager, you know why you're here too. Now, my rock's a bit more of a challenge than there's Pebble's rot game that you're training on. To crack this beat, it will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Ha! Wormzoon wouldn't have sent you out here if he didn't think you're capable. And now we need to use heavy swing. There we go. Easy peasy. Ha! Would you look at that, and on the first attempt too. Well, I guess it's back to the Axe Master for you. Yes, this is why we went over here, to destroy a rock. Unga and Bunga. Right, so after we finish this quest, that's going to be it for this episode. As my episodes usually last about an hour for this game. What is happening with these people over here? Must be a new trend that I don't understand. The Marauders Guild. Also, it's pretty cold in my room, and I've noticed that my fingers are slower than usual because of how cold it is. Right. Hello. I know we would return before long. The deafening cracks of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique. Adopted and perfected by our guild's forebearers, the tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on the closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged attack at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. I sense that the impending confrontation with Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Lynn, but hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery you seek, only a steady, measured descent. Right, so now we have the bronze cuirass. Why is this red? My god, it looks good. But I really like this. To be quite honest, I really like this. So let's go with this. Some of the colors of my outfit are gonna start clashing, but I'm gonna get new pieces of armor anyway. Huzzah! We learned Tomahawk. Right. I'm going to put Tomahawk over there, and then we have Interject. So stun is a stun, and then interject is a different thing. Interrupts the use of a target's action. Certain actions can be interrupted. So certain spells and all that jazz you can interrupt. Right. Let me go and place you in the armory chest, and you too. And let me go and equip this. Yeah, like I said, colors are gonna start clashing, but who fucking cares? So that, my friends, is gonna conclude this episode of just I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're gonna go and deal with more MSQ probably. At least I think so. Goodbye.